Good evening, and today I'm here to discuss a poem written by Mary Dow Bryan, and it is a beautiful poem, and this throws light upon how we should conduct ourselves in the society and how we should have an altruistic nature. So Mary Dow Bryan is a very good poetess, and she has got a chance to work in a big way in Hollywood also, where her husband had a business. And in this poem, we find her just drawing our attention to how we should behave ourselves for the welfare of people, try to do good to all if we can, and we should not be negligent to the needs of others if we can extend some help to them. And so this poem is a beautiful one, a simple one, yet it is striking, and it definitely strikes some chord in the reader's heart and makes him or her emotional. And so here the poetess tells that we should help those who are in need, and kindness is a virtue. It multiplies and comes to us in one way or the other. And the poem starts like this. It was a winter evening, and there was an old woman who was waiting to cross a busy road, and near a school. It was winter, and she was very old and had gray hair, and she was very poor also, because she is dressed in rags, as the poet says, and her dress, you can say, are torn. She is a lone woman, and she was waiting for somebody to just help her cross the road. And suddenly something happens over there. It is the time for the schools to disperse, and the boys are coming out in big numbers, in big groups. They are very happy lot, as generally the school boys are. They are sturdy, they are young, full of energy, and since they have been let out of the school for the day, they are just chirping, they are talking to each other, and they are laughing, and just going towards their homes. Okay, but nobody looks at her, and this is a very painful matter. It also happens to us in our society also, that we are so engrossed with our needs, we are so engrossed with ourselves, with our own people, with our own requirements, that we don't pay attention to if somebody else needs something from us. So group after group passes, but nobody is there to extend a helping hand to that woman. And the woman keeps waiting over there. She just scared. She doesn't want to cross the road herself, because the road is slippery. There is ice accumulated on the road. It had been snowing, and thus she's scared that if she just walks out, she can be hit by some carriage or some horses pulling that carriage. She might meet an accident. So she is helplessly waiting for somebody else to help her cross the road. But several groups pass by, and nobody stops over there. Then suddenly, in one of the groups of students who also have come from the school and chirping in a very happy way are going to their homes, there comes out a young man, and somehow he notices that there was that old and poor lady in a very helpless state, and she couldn't cross the road herself, and she wanted help. And since he has got a very kind and sympathetic heart, he comes out of the group. He goes towards the lady, and in a very low tone he asks her whether he could help her cross the road if she wishes. And the lady simply gives her hand to her, which he very firmly holds in his own strong hands. And he is proud that he has the robust body and very firm feet and firm legs, that he's in a position to extend help to her. And thus, in a very few minutes, or just in no time, he is able to help her cross the road. And then he goes back to his own group, where he tells the children, the other friends, the other companions in that group, that he helped her cross the road, that she is somebody's mother. And she just helped her cross the road with this expectation that one fine day, okay, in future, when he himself will not be at home or around her own old mother to extend any sort of help to her, perhaps somebody would do the same. If my mother, poor and in cold and in old age, someday is standing by the road to cross it, I am helping this woman with this hope that somebody else will extend a helping hand to her, will do the same that I am doing to this lady. And thus, when the woman reaches home, she is so grateful to the help that the boy extended to her that that night she leans in prayer to God and she says that God, please be kind and merciful to somebody's son who came to help me out, and he is very kind and very good. So thus the poem ends. This is a beautiful poem which throws light upon how we should conduct ourselves in private and in public, how just thinking about one's own needs is not enough, and that how we should also live for others, how we should prove useful and helpful to others. And this is called being altruistic. This is the greatest virtue a man can have. Sympathy is the greatest virtue a man can have. This is the thing this poem highlights, and this is a very beautiful poem, very simple one. No hard words have been used, okay, and very simple figures of speech have been used, so you will not have difficulty in understanding the poem. It's the message of the poem that I wanted to speak on. Thank you very much. I hope you understood and liked the video.